In this video, I'm going to talk about detachment and fulfillment. So a lot of times in business, we get very attached to our goals. I see so many coaches, I'm guilty of this too. I've been caught up in this in the past and I've seen this just ruin people too. But a lot of time we get hung up on like our monthly income, the Stripe screenshot, right? And when we make less money this month than we did last month, we view ourselves as a failure. However, in this video, I'm going to break that belief and show you why that's completely wrong. And it's actually sabotaging you, keeping you stuck exactly where you're at. So let's get straight into it. My name's Jeremy. I help online coaches scale and make a ton of money. Go check the main video pinned to my YouTube channel if you want to learn more. But nonetheless, let's get into it. So in my Slack community today for Summit Scale, one of my clients, Niels, who I helped go from 0 to 10K a month in I think it was like 2 months. I have an interview with him when I met up with him in Croatia, actually, earlier this year. You can check it out in the client success stories playlist. But nonetheless, he posted in the Slack channel today talking about his goals, talking about his vision board. And before, what he had on his vision board was a lot of things, like it was mostly material things, right? Really nice car, nice watch, X amount of money per month, stuff like that, right? However, whenever you achieve the goals that you set out for yourself, like the material things, whenever you get those, you're happy for a few days, but then it wears off. Then you go right back to the grind and it feels like nothing's changed. And it's a trap that a lot of people get stuck in. And like I said, I'm guilty too. I'm just kind of sharing with you my experience as well. But anyways, what Niels did is he completely deleted everything off his vision board that was materialistic and money related, right? A revenue target, really nice car, watch, all that stuff. Because he said, as long as I focus on becoming the leader, the entrepreneur, and the man who's worthy of achieving these things and attaining these things and receiving these things, it's inevitable. So he switched his entire vision board from material stuff over to things that are actually fulfilling, becoming a strong leader, embodying the characteristics and the traits of other leaders he looks up to, getting insane client results, having clients that absolutely love him, stuff like that, building a really good product, building a really strong company. And then when you do that, you're detached from the material things because you're so attached to building the thing. And there's a quote that I heard the other day that was, who do you think is going to go further? Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to succeed? The man who loves the hunt or the man who only loves the feast? And if you only love the feast, well, guess what? When you finish eating, you're going to be really full and slow and sluggish, and then you're going to be hungry again. But the man who loves the hunt isn't worried about the outcome. He's detached from the outcome because he just loves the thrill of the chase. He loves the journey over the destination because he knows when he gets to the destination, when he kills the thing and has the feast, it's only going to satisfy him until the next one. So there's always going to be a piece left unfulfilled because you keep going back to it. If you keep going back to something, that means it doesn't leave you fulfilled. Inevitably, there's a missing piece there. There's a gap that's not filled in because you keep going back to that thing to fulfill that. That's why so many people get so caught up in material things because they buy something really nice. It feels good for a week or two, maybe a few days. Then they feel like shit again. And then they feel like they have to buy more things to kind of get that dopamine hit again, right? But it's very short-term focused. And I felt the exact same way. Like when I bought this watch, right? It's a little Rolex memory of my 100K month. And there's a whole story on that. I've got a whole video. I think it's called like 0 to 2 million, my whole 6-year journey or something like that. It's like an hour long where I literally tell my whole entire story. So there's a lot behind this. And it's more so like about the meaning of it. But like I look at it, it's just like, it's nice, it's shiny, but like it's just an expensive piece of metal, right? Like I'm not really a watch guy. I'm not really in it for that. It's more so just like a token of like a little pat in the back for young Jeremy. But nonetheless, like the story of me hitting that was very interesting because I was so fixated on hitting my first 100K month, and then I never was able to. But the night before I did, I was at 75K for the month. And then I think in like 2 days, my stripe was going to reset. I had like a big 15K day or something like that at the very start of the month. And so the 4-week period was going to reset. So I had like 1 day left to hit it, but I was 25K short. And then what I did is like, I was like, you know what, man? I remember I wrote in my journal. I was like, well, I was so close this month, but I didn't hit it. All right. I've only got 1 sales call on the calendar tomorrow. And I'm like, you know what? But it doesn't even matter. I'm having so much fun. I'm changing so many people's lives. I'm changing my life. I get to do what I love doing every single day. And it's incredible. And this is what I used to dream of. Like seriously, this life is what I used to dream of. This apartment with this view was on my vision board for like 2-3 years before I walked in the front door with the real estate agent. And literally all I did was look out this window because the front doors are right there. I look out the window. I didn't even look at anything else. And I said, I'll take it. So I just knew. But that said, like the night before I hit 100K, I detached myself from that outcome. So you know what, man? I know I'll hit it. Like I'm not, it's not like I'm going to just quit running this business and quit trying to hit 100K amount. It's like, I'm going to do it inevitably, whether it happens this month, next year. I wrote in my journal, I said, I will most likely hit it within the next 3 to 6 months. So it doesn't matter if I do it right now. 10 years from now, is it going to matter? No, it's not. So I detached myself, and then guess what? I pulled 25K out of my ass, and then I hit it the next day. I did like 100.2K or something like that. It was nuts. It was wild, but nonetheless, like I was so detached, and then I did it. But when I was so attached to the outcome, then that's when you start to make short-term decisions that shoot yourself in the foot for the long term. And that's no good for anybody. You take on bad clients just to get some money in the bank. I'm sure we've all done that, right? But nonetheless, like when you shift from being so fixated on the material things to being focused on the immaterial things, the intangible things, like becoming more centered, more grounded, more confident, more clear, better at your craft, building a better program, building the best program, becoming a great leader, attracting high quality talent, being very good at ads, being very good at content, being very good at coaching. When you sharpen your skills and you refine these things and you just work on building like an iron mindset and a crystal clear vision and a strong why behind it, when that's what you strive for, when that's what you're focused on, and that's what your goals are set on, you're going to be a lot more likely to actually get all the material things that you want. But if you're so focused on just the material things, then you're naturally just focused on the short-term stuff. That stuff's fleeting, comes and goes. And so does the sense of fulfillment you get from them too. When you are actually that person, you become that entrepreneur, you become that leader, become that strong, grounded man. That's a hell of a lot more fulfilling than buying a nice piece of metal to put on your wrist or driving a nice car. Because you're going to get that stuff anyways. It's going to happen. But it's just like the mirror principle says, we attract that what we are. The external reality that we create for ourselves is simply just a reflection of our internal state, of our internal reality. So we have to first become the person, the man, the leader, the entrepreneur, worthy of building something incredible, getting clients incredible results, delivering just an immense amount of value to the marketplace. When you're so focused on how can I get my clients the best results possible, that's when they get the best results possible, better than anybody else in the industry. Like right now, I don't know, excuse me, I don't know anybody else. And I can say this very confidently. I don't know anybody else who has better results than clients I'm getting like my clients right now. And I don't say that to like to my own horn. It's just like objective. Like follow me on Instagram. You don't already, Jeremy_Pogue. Like look at my story highlights every single day. My Slack channel. I don't have many clients either. I have like 100. Most of them aren't like, a lot of them are from, I haven't kicked anybody out yet. A lot of them are from like 12 months ago when I started. Like they're doing 40, 50, 60, 80K a month. Like they don't post every day. They post maybe like once a month, once every couple months now. And a lot of times just like private messages to me. So I don't even post that stuff. But like just from the ones my clients are sharing. It's crazy. That's because I was so detached for a long time. And I understood the concept of like, I have to focus on the back end. The better my back end becomes, the better my process, my system becomes, the better results I can get my clients in a shorter amount of time. Meaning I get better case studies that do a lot of the selling and the marketing for me. As a result, I get a lot of referrals. Just signed a client this week, referral from another client. He's been absolutely crushing it. He like doubled his business month one, made his entire investment back within the first 30 days. And it's no surprise, right? I just signed a client a week ago and he sent me a message literally like 20 minutes ago, right before I started recording this. And he said, Jeremy, I haven't even been in this program for very long at all, but I feel like I'm making massive strides compared to months I've spent with other coaches and programs. It's like things are actually starting to move right now. I'm getting leads in. I'm getting results. This is crazy. And it doesn't happen by accident. Most people are in this industry just to make like a bunch of money. And I mean, don't get me wrong. So am I, right? I want to build wealth for my family and for myself. Of course. That's what businesses exist to do, to make profit for the owners, right? That's inevitable. That's the foundation of a business. But like, you can kind of tell who's in it for the short term and who's in it for the long term. And if that's you right now, I suggest kind of recentering yourself, asking yourself why you're actually doing this. Because if you are just in it for the short term, you're not going to be around very long. And I think your actions are a reflection of your intentions. So internally, if your intentions are to just make a whole bunch of money this month and like kind of just scrape by without doing the most you could be doing, guess what? Probably shouldn't be doing what you're doing. You're probably not giving your clients the best results, the best service that they deserve, that they're paying for. And I see this time and time again, which makes it like, if you're not that, it makes it really easy for us who are actually trying to make a name for ourselves, who want to be like, I want to be one of the greats. I want to be one of the ones where young Jeremy would put on his vision board saying, I want to be like that guy. I want to be rubbing shoulders with that guy one day. I want to be in the same room shaking hands with that guy one day. That's what I'm striving for. The company, the numbers, all that stuff's going to follow. That stuff's not going to lead though. I have to lead. I have to grow and develop myself before any of that stuff comes, because that stuff won't come unless I grow. If I'm so focused on just the material things, oh, I want to buy this nice car or like a watch or a house or do a whole bunch of this stuff, then it's like, do you really think high level talent that's required to grow your company will be attracted to that? Working really hard just so you can buy a nice car? No. Hate to break it to you, but they're not. So I'd suggest kind of evaluating where your intentions lie and really where your motivations are and what you're aiming for. Because until your intentions are aligned in the right direction and you're focused on the right things, on that internal growth, the external things aren't going to come. The money you want to be making is not going to be coming in your bank account. It's not. But if you're actually focused on building something extraordinary, building something incredible that creates a massive impact, changes people's lives, and will inevitably give you everything that you ever dreamed of, first starts inside here. So first you got to recenter, get aligned in the right way, in the right direction. Then that stuff's going to happen. It will. It's inevitable. As long as you just don't quit. Like, I truly believe anybody can scale to 100K a month or 200 or whatever, as long as you just do the right things for a long time and just wait, right? Poor people are poor. I heard this from Taylor Welch the other day. Poor people are poor because they're doing the wrong things. Rich people are rich because they're doing the right things. So you're still poor. You're not making the kind of money you want to be making. You're probably doing the wrong things. You are doing the wrong things. That's a fact. It's objective. So that means you're not doing the right things, which means you need to find somebody who is doing the right things, who has the results you want, because the results only follow the right actions. And those actions follow the right thoughts and beliefs and intentions. There's a cause and effect to everything, right? Success doesn't happen by accident. I can promise you that. And on that quote as well, then he said, wealthy people are wealthy because they own the right things. So that's kind of what I'm looking for as well. That's kind of where I'm shifting my focus. It's like, yeah, getting rich is fun. Having a ton of cash is fun, but like kind of over that now. You know, I got the watch, drive a nice car, live in a nice place, got a lot of money in the bank account. Doesn't feel any different. Now I'm trying to build something great for generations. But first I have to become somebody great. They'll be remembered for generations. So that said, can end the video here. Let me know down below in the comments, what was your biggest takeaway? And if you want to see more videos like this too, let me know. Aside from that, see you in the next one.